Yo, what's up guys? It's Yellowfin, and it is time for Garage Review, or not Garage Review, Garage Update Episode 5, the series that I do, where instead of doing like a Garage Review once every year, I just do an occasional update sometime every 1 to about like 3 weeks on what's happened with my garage over the past amount of time, because I don't record like all the little details of my garage of like I opened a single ceramic, or maybe I'll open like 3 ceramics or like event rewards from anything, unless it's like a carbon fiber or something. So basically this is where I show off all the new stuff that I have received. So first of all, my fuse pile from last time I had like all these super rares and stuff. Now my fuse pile isn't looking that great, with having 3 Year of the Ox ultra rares, 1 super rare, and 4 rares also that are just sitting in there. And so yeah, not that great of a fuse material pile. I'll have to start rebuilding that right after Year of the Ox ends. Those 3 ultras will probably be fused unless I do need them for Year of the Ox, like if I have to max them out. If I don't max them out and just 1-star them, I'll still probably fuse them because I already have a max Chevy Cobalt. The M35 isn't that great, and I had a 535D Touring, but it kind of just underperformed, so it wasn't really that great either. Plus I have better standard tire cars. But yeah, so I'm going to be showing you, I basically pulled a new legendary, unrecorded. It was from the challenge event with the Porsche challenge event, which was right here, the monthly challenge. And it was from the ceramic pack that you get on round 6. So I've been playing it, going through it, getting all the rewards and stuff because I figured out how to beat round number 2, which is where I'd been having trouble on. The rest of the rounds are pretty much easy for me. Round 6, I just had to figure out how to squeeze in my Boxster Spider into the RQ ranks, but I did it. I get the pack, and I decided to let someone else open the pack. Like, I've had other people open packs for me before, and 2 of my friends have pulled legendaries for me before, which is Sunny and then Thomas, who Thomas pulled that Acura NSX, and Sunny pulled my Lamborghini Aventador SV. So, 2 very strong legendaries that have been pulled by my friends, and so I decided to let my dog open the pack. I'd done it twice before because her paw recognizes with like my device, so it was just a funny thing I'd do because maybe my dog would be lucky and that would be pretty funny. So my dog's done it before twice, where I've just used her paw, tapped on the screen, and it'll flip the last card around, and it got me like a Dodge Razor, and the other time it got me like some super rare I can't even remember, but decided to do it again just while riding in the car, and I pulled a legendary. And it's not a bad legendary either. It's actually a great legendary. Now, some of you might have noticed it from the previous video, like if you know like all my legendaries I have. And it's actually an insanely good legendary, like one of the top tier ones, which is the Gumpered Apollo S. So I unpacked basically one of my best legendaries, like overall. Like it's probably the best all-rounder legendary that I've pulled, because the Aventador SV doesn't really have the MRA to keep up on the drags. The Oxia doesn't have the 0 to 60 or really the handling to keep up in anywhere else besides drags. The NSX, it's heavy, it's clunky, and it has no MRA really, so it loses to the 12C anywhere besides like on rain. The Cayenne Turbo, it's an off-roader, so it's not really an all-rounder. Murcielago just doesn't have the stats to keep up, but it's still a very useful car. Audi R8 Spider V10 is only useful in its niches. And the 911 GT2 RS, I have it maxed, so it's good, the handling's good, but it still does have its flaws of like the low 0 to 60. So basically the 12C was my all-rounder car that could win everywhere, and the Aventador SV. But the Aventador SV would lose sometimes to 12Cs that had fuses in them, which is a lot of people, because a lot of people decide to put fuses into their first legendary being the 12C, because not many people have a legendary better than their 12C when they're going to put their first fuse in. I just kept all my epics, so then I was able to put fuses in their 911 GT2 RS. But now I have the Gumpered Apollo S, which beats the 12C everywhere. I'm pretty sure it's lighter, 1384. This is 1200. So yeah, it is lighter. It's got better stats all around, like mine being stock and the 12C being not stock, so I'm pretty sure it hits 2795 at 1 star, which is much better than the 12C. Pretty sure the 12C has slightly better MRA, but only by I think like 1 or 2, so I basically pulled my best all-rounder legendary, plus it also being rear-wheel drive too, because my rear-wheel drive hand is kind of lacking. It might look strong, but compared to the amount of insanely good cars that are rear-wheel drive here, that like you can see, my hand is pretty much lacking by having just a 12C that's 1 star and a 911 GT2 RS, which isn't really the greatest legendary maxed out. Maxed out, it is a very good legendary, but at 1 star, it's not really that great at all. And then having the banana too, but basically, like, when competing in daily events, my rear-wheel drive hand is nothing compared to others. But now I actually have a car that will be able to help me a ton, and I think this might actually be my next legendary max out project, because it'll be two German legendaries maxed out, which is one thing, so then my German hand will be very strong. It's also a really good all-rounder being rear-wheel drive. It's rear-wheel drive, which will make it a lot more useful, because rear-wheel drive legendaries have much better stats than hierarchy four-wheel drive legendaries, unless they're very top-tier ones. So that's why this one will hit 102 handling, maxed out 233, which will be insane. That'll be more handling than the Porsche, and it'll be completely better than the Porsche in all areas. And it's just much better, like, compared to all my other legendaries. Like, the SV is good, but it's good basically with the stats it already has. If I max out the Apollo S, it'll hit 102 handling, which will basically make it better than the SV. It'll make it better than the SV besides on rain pretty much everywhere. Unless maybe the SV is maxed as well, then it might lose on like some drags, like maybe a quarter mile, but that's all I could really think of that it would lose on. So, very useful. Also, other stuff, I might show off my Year of the Ox hand a bit, like how it's going so far. I'm working on the G37, it's close to being maxed, just needs one more fuse and engine after this one. Also have a max Cobalt SS Turbo at 233. Another car I've maxed out is the Jaguar XK8, which is a car I've wanted to max out for a while, because I had it on my old account, and it was one of my more useful cars on my old account that I used a ton. Kinda like my purple Lotus Elan on this account. So, also got some other rares I've been working on, 200C EV, Camaro IROC Z, Citroen Xantia Activa V6, and a bunch of other stuff. Some of this other stuff's just going to be fused or sold. I just have it for now. But also happy with the Corvette. When Year of the Ox ends, and if I do have those 3 cars left over, I might put a handling fuse into it, but I think I am going to finish off my Aston Martin, which is also 2-star now, at 123. Hits 3796, has around 80 to 85 MRA, I'm pretty sure, which is actually pretty strong for an Epic. And it hits 3497, I'm pretty sure, maxed out, which is similar to the Camaro Z28. So, happy with maxing out that car because I've been wanting to max it out for a while, since it has found a large amount of use, 609 races. And where it was with 3893, it just wasn't performing that well. So, maxing it out will be pretty nice. Then also looking if there is anything else new that I've pulled. I bet there's some new ultra rares that I have that I forgot to mention. Maxed out GMC Terrain. Also, the Evo 4 is now maxed out, which I pulled from I'm not sure what I pulled it from. It was from an event pack. Oh, it was from when I late joined that one finals event, where there was the Porsche as also that reward. Oh, it was the Jaguar finals. I late joined in the Jaguar finals, ended in tier 5, which got me that ultra rare Porsche and this Evo. It was a ceramic pack though, so I didn't record it, because I wasn't really expecting anything good to come out of it. But pulled an Evo 4, very happy with that. Maxed it out as quick as possible. Also, project being the SS Coupe. Have it at 2-star, had to stop that project due to Year of the Ox coming out. That's kinda also where a bunch of my fuse material went as well, was into speed maxing the Evo 4, and then working on the SS Coupe. Because then Year of the Ox kinda came out of nowhere, right once I had used up all my fuse. Then, any other interesting projects? I do have a C350E again. I fused my one because I had to. It was like urgent fuse that I needed. But I'm planning on keeping this one because it is a rather strong car that I did miss out on having in one event where it was like a main key car. So I'm definitely going to keep it if it'll be used as like a key car again. Also have the Evo 1 too, which is a great car. Max that out now. And that's basically what it looks like it for the ultra rares. Don't really think there's anything else interesting to talk about. Slowly working on rebuilding my lower tier garage still. Collected a lot of cars that I want to upgrade, but it's basically just like if I need to use that car, I'll use it, and then I'll use it. Or like then I'll upgrade it. So basically my lower tier is just looking like this, a lot of stock. and just a lot of like slowly being upgraded projects. Rares I've actually started putting a lot more work into because rares have seemed to have a lot more use, and by having not very many maxed out, it's kind of hurting my participation in clubs. So that's why I've been working on a lot more rare projects. Like I have 3.2 TL maxed out, Aston Martin Virage maxed out. Gonna start working on my Escort Rally spec after Year of the Ox. 200C EV I've started working on. CSX Type S I maxed out. E220 also maxed out. Yalpa I'll probably start working on soon. And a bunch of other projects that I want to continue to work on as well. So, that basically concludes Top Drive's Garage Update Episode 5. Pretty crazy having an unrecorded legendary in a very funny way being pulled by using my dog. But yeah, so, if you like the type of videos, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell, do all that cool stuff. I'm Elephant99. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.